Testing, testing, 1, 2, testing, 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 1, 2. Hopefully, y'all can hear me loud and clear. I say, I hope y'all can hear me loud and clear. Sorry about that. I was having some technical difficulties, but hopefully now everything good, everything proper. So let's get right into it. This is the Omari Wave. Tonight we are live streaming about Puff Daddy, aka P. Diddy, and Tory Lanez, how they are currently dominating the headlines. And my question is this a distraction? Because your boy Trumpito right now is in Saudi Arabia cutting some deals. I was reading and I was listening, hearing stuff about nuclear this and energy and all types of crazy stuff going on down there in Saudi Arabia. I saw a couple of videos online of some of the top people, some of the top company men and women out there. I seen the dude from BlackRock. I seen the dude from Microsoft, from Apple. I seen a bunch of those guys out in Saudi Arabia, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if that was an old video, but I saw them all shaking Trump's hands and shaking the Saudi prince's hands. So I don't know if this is a distraction from what's going on out there, but I'm seeing a lot of press about Puffy and Tory Lanez, and I ain't seeing nobody talk about what's going on in Saudi. Another thing is distracting. Another distraction for the Canadians. I'm I'm not seeing nobody really press Mark Carney that much. The Canadian boy, the new Canadian president, hailing all the way from the Northwest Territories. I ain't hearing nothing about him. He steps into office. He elects and his new cabinet is the same cabinet that the last prime minister had, with a couple tweaks. Now, I don't know about y'all, but if the country that you're living in changed over the course of the last, let's just say, 8 years, right? An election before the election happens, the person who is leading the country steps down. A new guy gets appointed from the same party. He has an election, wins the election. The same party gets back in, and this guy just appoints the exact same people to run the country who were running the country previously, and no one's saying nothing. All everyone's talking about is Tory Lanez. Like, take that in. Dude comes into office, the new prime minister comes into office, appoints a cabinet, creates a team, let's just say. And the team is the exact same team that just put your country in a hole for the last 8 years, 10 years, however you want to call it. 10 years. Make it make sense. No one's saying nothing. Bruh. And then you have talks from Trumpito saying that he has a very big announcement coming about Canada, US, and Mexico. People are whispering about the three countries coming together and creating some type of superpower to rival China and to rival the EU. Similar to how the EU came together, they're trying to maybe create a superpower over here. Like, a lot of stuff's going on and no one's talking about it. All I'm hearing about is Tory Lanez, Puff Daddy, the Leafs, and the Knicks. That's all I'm hearing. I ain't hearing nothing else. So that's why I asked the question. Is this just a distraction? Is this just a distraction? I don't know. But let me say this as well too. If you are interested in this type of content, please do subscribe to the channel. As you can see, this is the type of things that I like to talk about on this page. I also like to travel a lot as well too. So you might see me on a beach sipping on, a little pina colada, a little margarita or something. Don't judge. Trust me, I work hard. I've been through a lot. Speaking of work, I've been in finance for the last, I'll say, about 10 years. So if you don't have me on IG, hit me up on IG, the Omari Wave. Send me a DM. We can talk finance. We can talk business. I got a vast amount of knowledge on all types of different products, from investment products to crypto products. And if I don't have the information, I got a couple people who do. Loans, lines of credits, mortgages, whatever you need, credit cards. I got information to help you get debt free and to help you build wealth. All right. So hopefully I can get a couple guests to come up. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Like, I pray that you can hear me right now. Because I've been going on 7 minutes now. Hopefully y'all can hear me. And hopefully I can get a couple guests to come up and give their piece and give their side of what they think's going on right now with the whole Tory Lanez Puffy situation. Is this a distraction? Couple rules for when you come up: simply just give people a chance to speak. Try not to interrupt. Try not to interject. You know what I'm saying? Just be cordial. Treat others how you would like to be treated. And that's pretty much it. I don't have that much rules, man. Just come on in, talk your talk, and let's have some fun with it. You know what I mean? I also make I also made a couple videos in the past, or not in the past, a couple days ago, a couple weeks ago, talking about top five. Some other weird distractions were going on a couple weeks ago with top five, the rapper from Toronto and Kanye West linking up very, very, very randomly. So go check that video out. I do show my face in that video so you can see who I am. No cap. No shame in my game. You can see exactly who I am. You can also follow me on TikTok, the Omari Wave. Sometimes if the videos ain't doing too good on here on YouTube, I'll just leave them on TikTok. That ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? So you can follow me there. Check out some of my videos that I don't really leave on YouTube. Yeah, so I made a video about top five. Made a couple videos that are only now on TikTok. Again, they may have just not done well because of some type of like copyright issue or music or something. It just might not have hit the algorithm. So I just say, let me just leave it on TikTok. So the Omari Wave, I'm there. IG the Omari Wave, and YouTube the Omari Wave. And that's pretty much it. So without further ado, man, let's just go, man. I know it's late. I know the Oilers, the Jets are still playing right now. They up 3-0. They whooping the Stars. Hopefully we can see an all Canadian Western conference NHL championship. You know what I'm saying? Shouts to the Oilers. They've already punched their ticket. The Leafs, oh my gosh, the Leafs. I seen something today talking about Austin Matthews and his mother, talking about how he came up poor. I'm like, bro, ain't nobody trying to hear that right now. We're trying to see this man bust net, brother. Like, what's that? But that's a whole other topic of conversation that like we can spend hours talking about how the Leafs and how trash they are right now. So let's get right into it, man. Listen, we're 10 minutes in. Let's get right to it. I'm not trying to be on here all night. So I'm going to share my screen right now, and the link is in the chat. Look, first things first, okay? Who is Tory Lanez? Who is this guy? Because if you follow the page, you know that we did our due diligence for Puffy. We went deep. We talked about the hits, the albums, the dances, the controversies. We did that. Surviving Puff. We did that. I think it was actually in 2023. We did that like almost a year and a half ago. We did Surviving Puff, the Diddler. We made videos about the Diddler. We did that already. And here we are. We're gonna talk about Puff, but now I don't think we haven't really talked about Tory Lanez on this channel whatsoever. So right now I'm gonna dive into Tory Lanez. Who's Tory Lanez? Who is Tory Lanez? First of all, that's not even his real name, as most rappers don't go by their real name. But Tory Lanez is a Canadian singer, rapper, songwriter, and record producer. So Tory Lanez, the first time I heard Tory Lanez, oh man, I think I heard Tory Lanez first. I can't remember what year, but the first thing I heard about Tory Lanez was that he would be selling his mixtape downtown Toronto, walking around selling his mixtape to people. That's probably like 2013, maybe I'd say 2013, maybe. I wouldn't say any earlier than that. And I remember there's that famous freestyle he did actually in Brampton at Fletcher's, which is like a high school, and he was battling some dude. And he's just like a little skinny guy, just battling some dude. I think that was the first time I seen or heard of Tory Lanez. The first time I seen him was that freestyle, him battling somebody at Fletcher's. First time I heard of him was him being a guy downtown Toronto, just selling off his mixtapes, just hand to hand selling off his mixtapes. So definitely been hearing about this guy for quite a long time now, over a decade, right? Being from Canada, being from Toronto, you see and hear about rappers every single day. Like, who would have knew that this guy rapping from Brampton, selling his mixtape downtown Toronto, had such an extensive or such a troubled background. Like, he had a lot going on back in those times. Because let me read on here. If we look at his early life, he was born in Brampton. Okay, if you know about Brampton, you know Brampton right now is going through a lot. A lot. They have a housing crisis in Brampton. They have an immigration crisis in Brampton. They have crime issues in Brampton. There's so much going on in Brampton. But um, back when I first, used to come around Brampton, it never was really like that. It was just, yeah, there's a lot of Indian people, yeah, but it wasn't so much. Like there was like an explosion of Indians who came into Brampton. I'd say like in what 20, maybe like to me, I say like maybe like 2019, like where you would see Indians at one point, like Indians were around, but then there was like an explosion, like their cousins brought their cousins, and now they just dominate Brampton. So there's some very interesting documentaries on Brampton online right now. So if you want to learn more about Brampton, by all means, hit up the YouTube. But Tory Lanez was actually born in Brampton. That's crazy. And his dad, his name is Sonstar. His name is Daystar. His dad's name is Sonstar. And Sonstar was recently, if you don't know, he was in the media talking in front of the press about his son and his condition. And he was sounding very like Martin Luther King-esque, people were saying online. And I was having discussions. And yeah, so he's like an ordained, it says right here, he's an ordained minister, his dad. So his dad, I would assume Tory Lanez got his gift of his musical gifts along with his just his way to his musical gifts, he can leave it at that, from his dad. His dad's an ordained minister. Funny, well, I wouldn't say funny enough. Funny, I mean, he's Bayesian. He's not even Jamaican. And like when I hear Tory Lanez, the song that comes right into my head first is "No One Girl Can Satisfy Her." Like that's the one, and that's a cover of what do you call it there? Of a Jamaican song. Old Jamaican song by what do you call it there? By I Wayne. If you know, you know. So he covered a I Wayne song, and I think probably to me is one of his best songs that he's ever done. Right? And he's not even Jamaican. He's Bayesian. His dad is Bayesian. He's born in Brampton. Dad is Bayesian, and mother is from Curacao. And unfortunately, his mom passed away. They don't really say much how or anything like that, but yeah, apparently he lived in Brampton. He lived in Montreal, which is about 5.5 hours away from Brampton, and then he moved to Miami. Like that in itself is a lot to unpack right there. So, dude has been through a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. So, man, that's crazy. So, it looks like after his mother passed away, his dad became the minister. He became a minister, had a missionary, and he moved frequently throughout the US. His dad remarried and he moved to Atlanta. Shouts to Atlanta, where Lanez met his friend Hakeem, who at the time was a janitor. See, like this is the type of stuff where it's like, bruh, like I don't really know what to believe here. Like, why have all things did they choose to put this? Like this dude, his mom's from Curacao, dad's Bayesian, based in Montreal, moved to Miami, minister, had a missionary. But why do they just choose to put that when he moved to Atlanta, he met his friend Hakeem, who was a janitor? What does that have to do with anything? Weird, bro. The nickname Lanez was given to him by Hakeem. So because he got the nickname Lanez from this guy named Hakeem, they put that, like, I don't know, as a comment on Lanez's thrill-seeking tendencies that sometimes saw him mucking around the street, not looking for traffic and playing in the lanes. Bruh. Weird, 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 bro. In 2006, Lane was sent to live with his cousins Dahir, Abib, or Rainforest in Jamaica, Queens. So this dude lived in Atlanta, he lived in Miami, and he lived in Jamaica, Queens. And this was because of his behavior issues. And then he moved back to Toronto with his grandmother. See, it says he was forced to move to Toronto with his grandmother. So, well, he was born in Brampton and then, okay, I guess so, right? He's forced to move to Toronto with his grandma, and she didn't want to take care of him, so he was on his own since the age of 15. Now, if he was born in what, 90, he was born in 92, so then this kind of makes sense because 2002, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2007, he would have been 15. No, I can't. I feel like I might have heard about him earlier than 2000 and like 12. I feel like I might have, but man, time is just passing, bro. So I don't fully remember if like I heard about him. Somebody couldn't, come up here and refresh my memory, but I do not recall. Right? I can't remember. Like I'm pretty sure, if memory serves me correctly, now that we start doing some like lining up the times and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure I heard about this guy before 2013. I'm pretty sure. I'm sure I heard about dude probably like 2010, 2010, 2011. I'm pretty sure I started hearing about the name Tory Lanez. Sorry, I think I said 2013 earlier, but probably more around like 2010, maybe 2009. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I would say about then. Okay, so yeah, so he moved downtown Toronto. And again, this is when I started. I don't know if he was 15 at that time, but or if it was like around what, 92, 2002, 3, 4, 5, around 07, 08. Yeah, I think it was around I'll say around 07 to 011. Like around that time I started hearing the name Tory Lanez, Tory Lanez, Tory Lanez, Tory Lanez. He was just like a rapper. Be selling his mixtape downtown. Just hear his name buzzing around the city, and you knew he was like short. That's about it. That's all you knew about Tory Lanez back then. So, okay, moving forward now. So he, from 15 to 18, was living with these dudes in a house, and it made him a man because he had to fend for himself. He didn't really have his mom, he didn't have his dad, he didn't have a grandma to help him out, and it turned him to the person that he is today. He started rapping, giving himself the name Notorious, which is a reference to the late rapper Biggie, whom he idolized and adopted into his new moniker, Tory Lanez. At the age of 16, he dropped out of the 10th grade and he'll begin performing songs at the outdoor concerts. You see, this is what I'm saying. 17, that makes more sense because that would have been then 92, 2002, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like by 09, I think I started hearing about this guy. At the age of 17, Lanez began singing, which he found an interest in. However, he had never received any vocal training. Okay, so fast forward now. We have a little bit of his background. We know the first time I heard of him. You know what I'm saying? Interesting to hear about where everybody else heard of him first. All right, so he like, okay, I didn't hear nothing from him for a while. I just remember him being that mixtape guy downtown, right? And then all of a sudden, what song was it? Win, win, win. I want to win, win, win. Like he had like hopping and like he had a couple tracks that came out. I think around like 2014, 2015 is when I heard, bro, this guy just blew up on a, like he was just like big. And I'm like, hold on, is that the same Tory Lanez? I was like, yep, that's the same Tory Lanez. Like I kind of was hearing about him over the years, but it wasn't like on my radar. But then when he dropped that song, when he was in the all red and it was the Scarface theme, that was big. That was big. What song was win? I just want to win, win, win. That song was big when he had the red car and he had the all red on and it was the Scarface theme. That was like, I'm like, okay, Tory Lanez has arrived. He's nice. He's nice. You know what I'm saying? I think that was like 2014. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, see, it says here, album releases and growing popularity. On July 15, 2015, Lanez released his first single off his debut album titled Say It. I just want to do it. Oh, yeah, that song. That song was big, but before he dropped that, he had a couple mixtapes and he had, was it Blow? Yeah, it was Blow. September 18, 2015. Yeah, this is around the time. This song was big. When I heard that, I'm like, nah, he's up. He's nice. He is nice. He is nice. Like the man has talent. Of course, in typical Toronto fashion, right? If you know, you know. That's how Toronto people usually move. They don't really rock with you until you get put on like big. Once you get big, then it's like, oh yeah, I remember this guy. Yeah, he's nice. Oh yeah, he's sick. They're not gonna support him from like the homegrown. Some people will, but like not on like a grand scale. So like to me, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know who he was, but when I seen that song, when I heard that's that blow, pause, bruh, I'm like, nah, he's nice. Pause. And then here we go. So I Told You was released August 19th, 2016. On July 5th, Lanez released 2 remixes for Drake's Controller. This is what I'm talking about. This man is Bajan and from the Curacao and Canadian. And when he dropped Controller, you would think this guy's Jamaican. So this guy is just talented. Like he is nice. That's the first song that comes to my head. And this song is almost 10 years old. For Drake's Controller. Yeah, 2016. I'm saying, dude's nice, bro. Man, nice, bro. Nice. Talented. He could sing. He could rap. He can do the auto tune, beats, production. Apparently, he's a ghostwriter too. The man's nice, bro. One thing I was a little perplexed about is how come he never signed to OVO? I think that was a talk at one time, but I'm not sure why he never signed to the OVO. I'm not sure why he never signed to EXO and those guys as well too. Who knows? Not gonna put the tinfoil hat on as yet, but yeah, not sure why he never signed to those guys. So moving forward, like this is the thing. I never really got too deep into the Chinks tapes and all of that. I never got into those. The new Toronto 3, like again, I would just see music videos and hear songs, and I'm like, nah, he's nice, and he's from Toronto. He's nice. You know what I'm saying? And then Moving forward, I find this very interesting. By February 2020, he announced his departure from Interscope, not publicly stating the reason behind it. Listen, people, I'm not going to put the tinfoil hat on this yet, but you're starting to see. You'll start to see very shortly why this whole thing is a little bit spooky, a little bit strange. Him getting stabbed 14 times, a little bit strange, a little bit spooky. His dad be up there preaching. He said some things about Rock Nation. The whole thing's a little spooky, a little weird, and I hope he's gonna be okay. That's all I gotta say. I hope he's gonna be okay. The timing of the whole thing, the fact that this new information comes out like yesterday, and then he just gets stabbed like the day before that or 2 days before that. Like, I don't know, like, is there a hit out on this guy, the guy that stabbed? Like, there's just a whole bunch of things to unpack. So let's just go one by one, and just build up to it. Let's just lead up to it. And again, the links in the description here. If anybody wants to jump in, just jump in. You already know. So going back, or is it? Yeah. So February 2020, he announced his departure from Interscope, not publicly stating the reason behind it. So this guy was already signed, right? He was already signed. And let me just go back a little bit. So in terms of that, it looks like he was first signed. Let me go back. He was discovered by Sean Kingston, and if you know anything about Sean Kingston, him and his mom just got into some trouble, and they're both locked up right now. Going to be locked up for quite a long time. But yeah, he was first signed. It looks like here. Give me a second. Yeah, so here we go. While living in South Florida, he began directing some of his music videos and posted them on his YouTube channel. Sean Kingston was interested in Lanez after seeing a video of him freestyling over Lloyd Banks' Beamer Benz or Bentley in February 2010. You see what I'm saying? 2010. Like, this guy low key has been around since like 07. Like, now that I really, really, really think about it, Tory Lanez, probably like 07 I heard this guy selling his mixtape downtown. 07. 07. I'm putting the number on it. 07. I heard of Tory Lanez, bro. Being from Toronto. 07. Put it like that. Okay, so yeah, so he's releasing mixtapes, and it looks like he got signed to Interscope in 2000 and Akon. Okay, he's good. He's ghostwritten for Akon. When did he first get signed? Album releases. Okay, off his debut album. Okay, 2015. It looks like he got signed like 2014, 2015. And anyways, listen. We're Control F signed. Let me see. Okay, 2015. Okay, yeah. So 2015, he was signed to Benny Blanco's Mad Love Records. Whoa. Which is under Interscope. So he was signed in 2015 to Interscope, put in 5 years of pain. Look at all this stuff. The Chinks tapes, LA Confidential. He performed on Jimmy Kimmel. My goodness, man. This guy was working hard. I'm Duncan as part of this Fargo Friday series. This guy was working Level Up tour. He must have made Interscope some money still. I'm not gonna lie. Performed at Summer Jam, music festivals in BC. He was on the Double XL cover. This guy had to come up. Okay, he released another album called I Told You. He's on the Level Up tour with ASAP. For long story short, this guy had a rise to fame. It wasn't no mediocre rise. Like, he became big. He put in some work. He worked on his craft, and he became a big artist from Toronto. So fast forward now, He started to get real big when he remixed Drake's Controller. And then yeah, the Say It as well too. Those are two of his big tracks, like mainstream. But he still had like definitely had like a more of a grassroots following as well too, right? So with all that going on, he what Chinks Tape 5. This man dropped Pure Music, New Toronto 3. This was his final release on Interscope in 2020. Wow, he dropped another album, Love Me Now. Oh yeah. I remember that one. Okay. I remember that one. That was a big one. Not like big in the like for him per se, but I didn't listen to it like that. But anyways, so he basically said Interscope, F y'all. I'm out in February 2020. And not only did he say that, he said he started complaining. It says here he started complaining, publicly threatening the company to expose what's really going on in that effing building. People. By February 2020, he announced his departure from Interscope, not publicly stating the reason behind it. Bruh. He has beef with the record labels, bruh. His dad done said it. Don't be surprised when these guys try to get taken out when they have beef with these record labels. Trying to expose them. You're gonna expose them. That machine. You're gonna try to expose them. Yeah. So people, let's move forward now. 2020, right? He starts doing that quarantine radio. Remember that during the pandemic, he brings up everybody and their mother up on quarantine radio. It was like a big thing during the scamdemic. And then all of a sudden after that, he releases his like another album. I want to get to the part where he releases that song trying to expose like what's going on in the industry with the eyes wide shut and all that in his video. I don't know if they're gonna talk about it. I think it was sorry for what? 2022. Yeah, I think it was around this one. Sorry for what? Yeah, I think around 2022. Yeah. He had that song where he was like trying to expose the industry, talking about all the little secrets that go on in the industry. And he had a video that was like really deep and it was filled with a lot of symbolism. And what do you think happened right after that? Poof. All of a sudden, he's accused of shooting Marcus the Stallion, bro. Make it make sense. So 2020, this guy starts saying he wants to expose the industry, leaves Interscope. 2022, he makes a crazy song talking about everything going on in the industry. 2023, he gets what year did he shoot? He quote unquote shooter. Daystar first you're on LV defense. Yeah, 2020, he got accused of shooting her. Right? He makes that song. Was it on Daystar? I can't remember what album it was on, but long story short, he released a song and a music video after he shot the gal, right? Trying to expose the music industry. Right? Yo. Crazy. Crazy. I don't know if it was on Daystar or Sorry for What. One of them. I'll look it up in a minute. But long story short now, so now dude all of a sudden gets twined up with Megan Thee Stallion. Twine up. Ends up going to the bin for this. And they sentenced him to 10 years in American prison, bro. Tory Lanez, man. Bro, you've already lived 9 lives, bro. Like, and you're only what? 33? Oh, he's 33. 92, August 8th, 2023. Sentenced to 10 years, bro. My gosh. How old is he? 32. So he turns 33 in July next month. Hey, people. Hey, listen. At this point, nothing should surprise you. Nothing should surprise. Whenever they get into these little industries, and not little, but whenever they get into these contracts and in these industries, nothing should surprise you. Well, bro, all I'm saying, people, we're giving Tory Lanez his flowers right now, just in case, because this whole thing is very strange. This whole situation, what's happened recently with Tory Lanez, has been very, very, very strange. Very strange. Not really feeling it, to be honest with you. Not really understanding like why it's taking so long to free this man, because there's been new evidence that's come out. There's been there was a sham of a case. It was all faulty with like just it's just a whole bunch of BS that went on with this whole case. So people, do not be surprised. Yeah, and then like listen, the panel's open. If anybody wants to come up here and talk about what's going on with Tory Lanez, man, yo, feel free to jump in. The link's right there. But all I'm gonna say is, dude is 32 years old, about to be 33 years old next 2 months from now. He just got stabbed 14 times. They're trying to release him, right? It just seems like it's a movie. It seems like it's a simulation. Whenever those things start happening, do not be surprised. Do not be surprised if whatever happens next. Do not be surprised. Dude got stabbed in his head. His his lungs were punctured. He got stabbed by some like guy who was what? Like convicted for like murdering a 13-year-old or something like that. Bro, it's like a movie. And he was in there. He's the guy who stabbed him is in there for life or something like that. Bro, why isn't he in protected custody? Why was he just in general population? Like something's not adding up here. And you know what? I'm gonna just say it. Something wasn't adding up with Nipsey Hussle. Something didn't add up with Young Dolph. Something didn't add up with Tupac. Something just isn't adding up with these music guys. They just drop like flies. Bars. Bro, something didn't add up with Nipsey Hussle. And what they say? They tried to blame it on what? Gang war. They tried to blame it on what? He disrespected Eric Holder. They tried to blame it on what? Big U has something to do with it. Meanwhile, what was he really doing? He was selling his mixtapes for how much? $10,000 a mixtape? He cracked some type of code? Same thing with Tory Lanez. He cracked some type of code. Wasn't he? Didn't he do something similar with his mixtape? I'm gonna look it up right now. How he sold his mixtape, but he's here. He's shaking up the industry. He's trying to say that he's going to expose the industry. Back in 2020, he said that. And what happens right after he says that? Not right after, but within the same year, he gets accused of shooting Megan Thee Stallion. What? Make it make sense. And then he actually gets convicted of it gets convicted 10 years. And then his dad comes out and says what? Talks about the Rock Nation people. Whatever that lady's name is. The snitch. And Jay-Z. Bruh. Circling back to Nipsey Hussle. It's always some type of narrative. Oh, it's some gang thing. And now they're going to say the same thing with Tory Lanez. Oh, that's what they've already been saying. Oh, it's gang related. Oh, because he's a rapper and he has influence in there and he's been rising up the ranks too quickly. And, you know, that's the reason why he got stabbed. Like, what? Tory Lanez from Brampton. Rising up what ranks, bro? That guy, he wants to come out and make music and take care of his kids, bro. Never sign those contracts, man. They're just gonna make up some type of nonsense, bro, when it's time to get rid of you. That's what it seems like to me. Hey, y'all can come in here and talk what y'all want to talk, but hey, listen, I'm just gonna say it, man. I'm gonna just talk straight, bro. It seems like they're trying to get this guy out of here. It seems like they're trying to get this guy out of here. He wants to expose Interscope. He's trying to do some creative stuff with his record. Wasn't it like an NFT? I'm gonna look it up right now. Some type of crypto or some type of NFT. People hit the link, hit that like. Album sale 2023, right? Here we go. Here we go. Let me share my screen here. So Tory Lanez, what he did an NFT album. An NFT album, people. Sound familiar? Sound familiar? Nipsey Hussle did some same type of thing, brother. Nipsey Hussle did the same thing. Nipsey Hussle was selling his album for $10,000 a copy, brother. Tory Lanez sells 1 million copies of his NFT album in 57 seconds. 1 million copies of his NFT album. And all of a sudden, he's getting stabbed in prison 14 times. Make it make sense, brother. Make it make sense. Connect the dots. No tinfoil hats, bruh. Look at this. Look at the cover. Tory Lanez when it's dark. Him beating up. What is that? A Bitcoin? Crypto? Look at that. Let's see what it says here. Tory Lanez surprised himself and everyone else with the recent sale of his NFT album. 1 million copies of the album released on a new streaming platform, E-NFT. However, no one expected them to sell out in just 57 seconds. Oh my gosh. We're going to play that video. Lanez poured out his emotion in a celebratory Instagram post. Effing million copies. I just went effing platinum. I just sold the equivalent units at $1. Sold 1 million copies flat, and I made $1 million in less than an effing minute. Do you see that? He cracked the code, bro. He cracked the code. He's a threat. He got to go, brother. It's that simple. It's like the guy who made a car that ran on water. And then he went to a meeting with the two guys from the oil company, the gas company. And then he ran out of the meeting screaming at the people that poisoned him, and he died just right there. He was unalived right there. Bro, this is normal. When the little guy tries to mess with the big guy's method of making money, neck cut off, head chop off. Head gone. Head gone. Just like the gas guy. Head gone. Nipsey Hussle. Gone. Oh, it's a rat beef. Tupac. Thug Life. Just trying to unite. Bob Marley. Trying to unite the people them. Remember Bob Marley had the two, like, come on, man. Bob Marley had the two bitterest, fiercest enemies on stage, holding hands from the JLP and PNP. He had them. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but he had the people from the two opposite parties, political parties in Jamaica, on stage holding hands, shaking hands. And them two had some big beef in the streets, causing people to kill each other and all type of craziness going on. Bob Marley had them holding hands on stage. The man was powerful. And what happened to him? All of a sudden, his foot get prick up. That's what they say. His foot get prick up and him lose all this weight. And then what happened? The guy who allegedly injected him with the whatever injected him ended up on his deathbed confessing to injecting him with the cancer that killed him. Look it up. Same thing here. Rinse and repeat. Look at this. A effing million copies. I just sold the equivalent unit at $1. Sold a million copies flat, and I made $1 million in less than an effing minute. Y'all try to hold me back. You can't effing stop me. Apparently, E-NFT wants to change the way artists are paid in the music industry. People, I'm done. I'm done. Need I say more? Need I say more? Just like with the guy who had the gas car, who had the water car, the car running on water. Same thing, brother. The man took a meeting with the oil company guys and he ran out of the oil company guys meeting and said, yo, they're trying to poison me. He ended up dead. Same thing with Tory Lanez, bro. Man, it's 32, almost 33. You know these guys and these weird numbers stuff, bro. He's about to be 33 in July. He could already be gone, low key right now. He could already be gone. Pray for that man, yo. Yo. Apparently, ENFT wants to change the way artists are paid in the music industry. Originally started by immersive entertainment, they are looking to pay their artists for every song or content they create. Canadian-born rapper, singer, and producer Tory Lanez teamed up with the company to launch their marketplace and his first NFT. Brother, this is revolutionary. Oh my gosh. Didn't even date it. Let's watch it. Fair use, fair use. Oh, it's not. You can't watch it. Let's read what he said. I remember when this came out, low key. 1 million copies sold in 57 seconds. Revolutionary, historical, innovative, and a huge success. When it's dark, E-NFT sold the F out. Lomo, thank you. Immersive, thank you. Vinco, thank you. I'm at a loss for words. I've never sold this much music so fast. I guess when you cut the BS of the middleman, you become king. Guys, come on, bro. He's telling you right there. He cut out the middleman. He's a threat. This little youth is a threat. Little Brampton youth is a threat to the big machine. He has to go. Head chop off. Gone. And you can say whatever you want to say. They're going to say, oh, the Mexican guy or the Spanish guy that stabbed him up. Oh, it's always some story, right? Some narrative. Oh, he had a beef in thing with him. And, they, what do you call it there? Oh, he was rising up the ranks. That's what I'm hearing. The Mexican guy that stabbed him. Apparently he's in there for life. And, Tory Lanez is in there using his money to rise up the ranks Mexican guy didn't like that, Spanish guy didn't like that, so he stabbed Tory Lanez. That's what you're gonna have all these heads. They're gonna say these these plants like what's his name, Whack 100. He's gonna come out and say that, and Academics is gonna come out and say that, and all these guys would be like, oh, this is the reason why. Yeah, no, this is the reason why he got stabbed, bro. This is the reason, bro. Not because of this. Not because of what we're looking at right now, right? It's because, yeah, it's the beef, right? It's the beef in the bin. It's the bin beef. That's why. Not the fact that he, is revolutionizing the way that music is being consumed. No. A threat to take down all those big 100-year-old companies like Interscope, at Sony and all those. No. Come on. Don't be daft. Don't be silly. No. It's because of a gang beef, bro. Come on. That's what everyone's gonna say. That's what you're gonna hear from all the everybody. The man was stabbed 14 times, bro. 14 times. 2 collapsed lungs. Stabbed in his head twice. And his neck. Bro, pray for that man, bro. This guy's a smart guy, bro. Crack the code. Man, people forget about Nipsey Hussle. He did the same thing. Let's look up Nipsey Hussle real quick. Actually, y'all can do your own research on that one, man. Oh, we got some comments. What's the chat saying? Shouts to Valiant Thor. You done know. Big up yourself. Please subscribe to the channel. Let's see what he says, man. I feel bad for Cheek Mills, Pastor Jakes, Will Smith. What? Will Smith. They all got their cheeks busted wide open. Cheeks looking like the Grand Canyon. It's getting out of control. Yo, listen, man. Shouts to you, Valiant Thor, because bro, when I heard that video of him getting cracked, bro, that was the most disturbing thing. I think I had to just shut down my phone for the day after I heard that. Like, why in the world? Who leaks something like that? And it's like, yo, imagine the visuals on that. Is that next? Is that where we're going with this? Are we gonna get a visual of Diddy bending over Meat Mills, bro? If he has the audio, imagine what else he has. And they remember how much stuff they found in Puffy's house? They found baby oil. They found tapes on tapes on tapes. Cassie's already coming out saying that, like she got stuff on her phone that she had to delete because it was so crazy. Diddy got all types of stuff when they raided his house. They got all these videos. His whole place is surveillance stuff. Bruh, that one is getting crazy. We didn't even get to that yet. Like, the Diddy stuff is just getting outrageous. The man milk on the chest, rubbing it all into his chest, bro. This man is the top freak boss, bro. Rubbing man milk on your chest. Yeah, he did party with Will Smith. He did party with Pastor TD Jakes. He party with everybody. If he goes down, he's bringing them all down too. So again, watch out for Diddy as well too. You don't know what's gonna happen with Diddy. This is just the beginning. They didn't even get to the Little Rod stuff. Now, I said this before. I'll say this again. Never on air like this, but Diddy, for me, I don't care about the freak out stuff. Obviously, I don't think he did the trafficking stuff. But if he has something to do with Kim Porter, if he has something to do with Biggie and Tupac, if he has something to do with crack and Justin Bieber and all that, I don't even care about Justin Bieber. But if he has something to do with Carl Winslow, bro, yo, you're gonna get me emotional. Carl Winslow, bro, that's one of the greatest dads, TV dads of all time, part of my childhood. If he was cracking Carl Winslow, bro, why? For what? And if it's not true, why? Why does his name even get brought up in this, bro? Why? Anyways. CC, shouts to CC, good points. Appreciate you, CC. Just kindly hit that subscribe button. You're done already. Thank you for the comment. You done know. Hit that like button. You already know. Shouts to Just Being Jazzy Podcast, Crafty Ideas, Chill Spot. Hey, what's up? How you doing, man? Kindly subscribe to the channel. You done already. Hit that like button. Share with a friend. Hit the link. Come on up. We do not bite up in this one, man. You already know. No Diddy. New here. Shouts to you. New here. Shouts to all the new people up in the chat, man. Shouts to all the new people. Shouts to everybody, man. It is what it is, man. Let's get it. Let's get right into it. Just sub. Oh, I appreciate that, man. I'll sub back to your channel when I come off of this as well, too. You already know. You already know the pre. Feel free to hit the link. You already know. Come up here, talk it talk. Give me your perspectives. Whatever's clever, man. Let's get right into it, man. Let's get back into it, man. Shouts to you, man. Shouts to you. Thank you for the sub, man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Just Being Jazzy Podcast, Crafty Ideas and Chill Spot. Shouts to you, man. I appreciate that. All right. So Nipsey Hussle. I'm just gonna quickly touch on Nipsey Hussle, then we can switch right over to the Diddler because I know that's a hot one too, the Diddler. So Nipsey Hussle, remember what they say about Nipsey Hussle? It was a gang war, bro. It was Big U and Eric Holder. Remember Eric Holder? Eric Holder just, he got dissed by the Nipsey Hussle dissed him and said it told him to get out of here because he was a snitch. And then he felt disrespected, right? They always give you that story, that rigmarole story, right? But secretly Nipsey Hussle, look what he did. Remember? He sold his album for $10K, $100 album. Here it is. Nipsey Hussle, bro. This one touched home too. And I'm just joking about the Carl Winslow stuff, man. But that Kim Porter stuff was serious with Puffy, bro. Like I thought that was just like if he was behind those type of covert operations to get his own kid's mom out of here, bro. I think that's sick, bro. I think he's done. He's cooked. I didn't really care about the man milk on the chest. I didn't really care about all that stuff. But bro, if he got his own child's mom out of here to satisfy these same people who are bringing him down right now, bro, I'm sorry. He's cooked. He's done for me. He's done. He's done out here. All right, so Nipsey Hussle and the $100 mixtape. Same type of thing like Tory Lanez, bro. This man cracked the code. Oh no, Forbes, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, Forbes. Let's come on. Yeah, okay. Rapper Nipsey Hussle and the $100 mixtape. This article is 10 years old. Okay, we get it. Last month, unsigned rapper Nipsey Hussle made $100,000 selling 1,000 copies of his latest mixtape, Crenshaw, for $100 each. Hussle, real name Ermis Ashugdam, shifted every single CD in less than 24 hours at a pop-up store in his hometown of L.A. Jay-Z bought 100 copies too. You see, Jay-Z, he's always in the mix, bro. Always lingering in the mix, bro. Untouchable, Mr. Untouchable, bro. Bruh. But Jay-Z, we already did a Surviving Jigga live. So Jay-Z is one of the greatest rappers ever, in my opinion. You can debate me if you want, but I gave him his flowers already. But yeah, just what he's done since he's kind of fell off the rapping. Very shifty, very shady, very, I don't know, bro. He ain't babysitting my kids. So one of my mentors suggested I read a book called Contagious, said Nipsey Hussle, speaking to me in New York. In the second chapter, a restaurant owner created the first $100 Philly cheesesteak and got ridiculed, but got a ton of prominent people interested. Oh, that was another narrative they said. They said that, oh, it was because he had that the spook who sat by the door and Dr. Sebi, there's a connection. They try to make all these connections, bro. But yo, listen, people, follow the money. That's the way I look at it. You don't have to look at it how I look at it, but I say this: follow the money. You want to see why these people are getting taken out left, right, and center? Follow the money, follow the numbers, bro. This man was trying to revolutionize stuff. Those guys don't want that, bruh. Those 100-year-old companies do not want stuff to change, bruh. That's taken away from their generational wealth. Nope, can't have it. He's a problem. Whoop, head chop off, gone, fly away, done. Okay, so I'm just gonna say Nipsey Hussle had originally planned to release the mixtape for free on popular hip hop download site DatPiff. Shout out to DatPiff, classic legendary website. Instead, in the age of inevitable album leaks and declining record sales, you see, he was inspired by the and that's not me saying that. That's Forbes. Declining record sales. Yeah, their ideas are outdated, bro. That's why they had to make everything digital now and do the whole streaming and 360 because, bruh. Like, it's just the world just changes, bro. And these artists are smart. They're not idiots. They're not invalids, bro. They'll figure out ways how to make money. They don't even need the record company, but that means they're gonna take bread out of the record company's mouth. Record company's not having that, bro. Head chop off, fly away, gone, done, boom. So instead, in the age he was inspired by the marketing madness of Philly's $100 sandwich to launch a campaign entitled Proud to Pay, which rewards Nipsey's most committed fans with concerts, priority access to new material, and one-of-a-kind gifts like an old rap notebook or signed photo. Very smart. That's actually pretty, yo. It's time we acknowledge what we all know. Music is free, Nipsey said. We shouldn't force people to buy it. What we should do is create different methods to monetize the connection. The $100,000 raised from the mixtape went to expenses for Nipsey's label, All Money In, No Money Out, which Nipsey owns a quarter of. The remaining equity is split evenly between Nipsey's brother Black Slim, Adam, and Steven. I don't know who they are, but I know Black Sam. Currently unsigned and utterly independent, the 28-year-old is not your average rapper. Whew. You know who just came into my head? As soon as I said Black Sam, you know what came into my head? Triple X. Don't forget about that guy. Don't forget about that guy because he is another one. That guy, I'll never forget it. Not only did we all know he dissed Drake, right? We know that. But there was another interview this guy did where he started talking about the frequency and the vibration and how you can like do different things to make people feel different ways with the vibration and the frequency of the music. You see that a lot with drill rap, right? How drill rap just like when you listen to too much of it, you just start feeling like dark and like you know what I'm saying? It just brings a certain type of energy through you and out of you and stuff like that. XXX was speaking about that heavy. I forget what interview it was, and I just had a feeling ever since when he started exposing that, poof, head chop off, gone, fly away, done. And what they try to do? Oh, it was Drake, bro. It was a beef with him and Drake, bro. Yeah. What do you mean? Yeah, he was flossing in his hood, man. Yeah, it was the two guys, bro. They tried to rob him. Yeah, man. Huh? NASA? NASA? No, not me. Not I. I don't think that had anything to do with anything. I think he started exposing stuff, got him out of here. Head chop off, fly away, done. And yeah, I can get to that after as well too if need be. But yeah, so currently unsigned. Okay, through the modest watch in his arm has stopped. He arrives 5 minutes early for an interview and describes himself as a book junkie. Woof. Man, that's a dangerous man right there. A book junkie? Most dangerous people I know on the internet are book junkies, bro. People that read a lot. Watch out, bro. I want to build a product company. I want it to be like an urban scenario eventually. He muses, referencing the Hello Kitty monolith. I want our focus to be products that can't go digital, that can't turn into ones and zeros, because anything that can eventually will. Wow. Yo. Wow, I got chills. Yo, people, are you hearing this? Hit that like, man. Hit that like and subscribe, bro. I want to build a product company. I want it to be like an urban Sanrio eventually. Nipsey muses, referencing the Hello Kitty monolith. This man's thinking like in 50 years from now. This guy's a forward thinker. You think he's just some ghetto hood rapper? Yeah, that's what they want you to think. Oh, some gangbang stuff. Yeah, that's it. Huh. This guy's a forward thinker, bro. This guy's a great mind. Great mind. I want our focus to be products that can't go digital, that can't turn into ones and zeros, because anything that can eventually will. Like he wants something like the golden arches. He wants something like the Apple symbol in the back of your phone. Crazy, bro. That's all I gotta say. Crazy, bro. You really start to look at stuff, man. Nipsey's instinct to monetize an exclusive VIP experience that can't be bootlegged, like a proud to pay concert or novelty gift, is a swiftly expanding revenue stream in the music industry, which startups like Ground Control and Bandpage are already capitalizing on by selling special artist packages like backstage tours and studio sessions. Yo, that's like an NFT thing. It's like this kind of similar to the whole NFT token, and you buy the token and all the rug pulls that were going on a couple years ago with all those NFT tokens. Like what? For example, like what were those guys named? The Nelk Boys. The Nelk Boys, I remember vividly, they were selling like an NFT. And if you bought the NFT, you would get access to this and get access to that. And They say they would have events for like they just tried to sell. If you bought into their NFT, you would get A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, basically. And what ended up happening? Nothing. It was like a rug pull. Like everybody invested in the NFT and then they just took out all the money. And they say that it would just like it was a whole thing. I'm not going to sit here and explain NFTs because I'm not that versed in it, but I remember it's similar to what Nipsey's kind of describing, but his definitely seemed more honest. So yeah, shouts to Nipsey Hussle, man. That man was very smart, very ahead of his time. But yeah, so I guess we'll leave that at that for now. Listen, people, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You see what I'm saying? You already know the pre. What? Screen share audio? Okay, we're still live. I just got a weird message here. Restart your browser if this continues a bit. Yeah. Okay, I don't know. I think we're I don't know what's going on my my system here, but I just got a weird message. And we're at an hour right now. So, should we go into Puffy or should we say Puffy for tomorrow? Let me see. Puffy. Let's go. Let's quickly get into this Puffy guy. This Puffy guy, I tell you. Thing I don't like about really talking too much about the Puffy thing is because everybody else has kind of covered it in nauseum. It's like I see the Breakfast Club talking about it. I see ABC or not even ABC. I see all the major newscasts talking about it. Nancy Grace talking about it. I see everybody talking about it. And I'm just going to say it right now. I'm going to give you my take on it. I'm going to make this short and sweet and to the point. Listen, Puffy needs to be careful because he, like, how do I put this? Like, where am I going with this? Like, Puffy needs to be careful because he has so much information on so much people. Like Puffy's partied with everybody in the world, it seems like. He's had freak offs. Do you think he just had freak offs with Cassie? Just Cassie? You don't think he's had freak offs with like all types of people out there? You think it was just him and Cassie doing this, or just once a week him and Cassie would link up for 4 or 5 days and go crazy? That's it, bruh. This is what I'm trying to say. And then what are they doing right now? What are they talking about? Oh, the husband. Oh my God, what does the husband think about all this? Oh, and then you have all the people in the comments. Oh my God, champion. She's such a strong woman. Then you have the other idiots in the comments. Oh yeah, bro. He just had a couple freak offs, man. You gotta let him out, man. That's nothing. That's all consensual. All types of foolishness, bro. The real thing for me that I'm waiting for, once they get past this little rod, like transporting across the border and all type of foolishness, I want to see who Puffy is going to expose. If this thing gets out of hand, I want to see who Puffy is going to expose. Who else are in those freak offs? Like my boy just said in the comments. Like my boy said in the comments. Like Valiant Thor said, bro. I gotta go back to this. I feel bad for Cheek Mills. Are we gonna get anything from Cheek Mills? Like, is he gonna come out and not even say anything? But are we gonna get anything from Cheek Mills? Or is that gonna get? Is he gonna start like if he just goes rogue and just starts exposing everybody and starts saying, "Hey, look, all right, listen. Since y'all want to take me down, I'm gonna take everybody down with me." Yeah. Guess who else is a chitch? Guess who else is a fish? Me and him did this. Me and her did that with him, and he was watching in the corner. Da, da, da. Yeah, your favorite dignitary from da 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 da. Yeah, JT from the north. Yeah, me and him did something too. And guess who else is in the building? Champagne Poppy. I want to hear him go rogue. If he does that, I'm here for that. But all this stuff just feels like theatrics right now. It's not really the meat and potatoes of what like the real, not even interesting thing, but like the real thing that everybody I feel like wants to hear, but it's just kind of getting distracted by everything else. They said dude has so much stuff. They said dude has so much tapes, bro. They said dude party with more people than Epstein, bro. You said everybody was at a Diddy party. Everybody and their mother was at a Diddy party. They said this guy's been doing this since the 90s, bro. That's 30 years of partying, bro. You think he was just partying with Cassie? Cassie's old. Like Cassie started in, I think him and her started talking. I was watching Myron games today. It said that he started partying with Cassie like what in '08. Bro, Puffy was on for like 15 years, almost 20 years prior to that. '08, '98, '80. Yeah, Puffy came into prominence, what, like '91, '92? When do you think the freak off started? Remember, he came up under what, Clive Davis? The original freak. Where is he learning how to freak off from? Where is he getting the baby oil and all that from? Probably getting it from Clive Davis and Quincy Jones. When's he gonna start exposing them? I want to see him come out and start talking about Clyde Davis. What he did to what he did to Whitney Houston. When you gonna start like expose the real things that people want to know, bro? If you're gonna go down, and if you really did all that to Kim Porter, bro, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like that woman was a beautiful soul, bro. Like why would you like? I don't know. And he took her from Albie Shore. Like I don't know, bro. Like that whole thing just rubbed me the wrong way. So with Puffy, that's all I really want to say, bro. That's all I really want to say about Puffy. I'm just waiting to hear the real deal Holyfield with what like who else was in the freak offs. Like I don't really care what you do with Lil Rod. I don't really like the Cassie stuff. Okay, that's just the tip of the iceberg. What happened with you in French Montana, bro? Like why is French Montana every time that you know somebody brings up Puffy's name in public, he like runs away? What'd you do to Cheek Mills, bro? Was that really you on that audio? Like, no one's really asking the real questions, bro. Fabulous. I gotta ask about that interview. Scrambling and scraping. The Drink Champs interview. When he came out with the cake and Nori blew it out. Charlemagne. Didn't he get Wendy Williams fired? And then Charlemagne all of a sudden gets a new job on the Breakfast Club? Like, what happened with that? Like, there's so many unanswered questions. The Biggie thing. Then all of a sudden, Biggie's mom just passes away. So sad, bro. So sad, bro. Like, I don't know. People are not idols, yo. They are not idols, bro. They are not your idols. They are not people you should look up to, man. It's crazy. Mace knows some things, bro. I know Mace knows some things, bro. Remember the Cameron interview on the Breakfast Club before him and Mace made up? That he said Cameron said Puff had a brownstone. Cameron said on the Breakfast Club, Puff had a brownstone in Brooklyn, and Mace was there. Cam went to go check Mace. Cam went to the washroom. Cam saw these dildos in the washroom. This is before Cassie. Cassie was nowhere to no Cassie, bro. What like you can't just sweep all that under the rug, bro. These questions got to be answered too. Like, why did this man have dildos in his bathroom, bro, in a brownstone in Brooklyn? And what's Mace doing there? I get it, they made music together. Yo, all those bad boy artists that just started dropping like flies, bro, at one point. Shine, J-Lo. J-Lo wasn't in no freak offs. J-Lo wasn't in no freak offs. Give me a break, bro. J-Lo wasn't in no freak offs. Man, listen. Where is it? I saw this picture today on Facebook. I'm just gonna share it very quickly here. And then I'm gonna get out of here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Sorry. Bear with me. How do I share this quickly? Oops. How do I share this? How do I send this to myself? Okay, so look at this now. I found this very interesting today. This picture that was on Instagram. So you mean to tell me that Cassie was the only one that was doing the freak offs? Look at this picture, people. Sharing my screen here. Present. Share screen. Share screen. IG. Can you see this? Do I need to zoom in? Why is it going backwards? What the heck? What the hecky? Yo, what is going on here? Why is it doing this? Anyways, look at this. Diddy's dating history. Diddy parties. Look at this. From 2009 to 2022. This is old. Like, this is not even, this is like, what, 20 years old? Like 20, like you can go back another 20 years prior to this. 20 years. Bruh. You got Amber Rose. Hold on, let me just save this picture, yo. Yeah, that's better. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. You got Diddy's dating history, Diddy parties, born in 69, relationships 15 plus. Amber Rose from 09 to 11. Hold on, if I'm not mistaken, I was watching what's his name today? Was it Nancy Grace? What's the other lady from Fox News? The lady who interviewed Vibes Cartel. I was watching her and she was detailing what's her name again? I forget her name, but she interviewed with Cartel. I was watching her and she was detailing the text messages between Diddy and Cassie, and people are so like deer in the headlights. Cameron says it best: prisoners of the moment. Do you think that this is the only woman that Diddy was having freak offs with? This man was having freak offs left, right, and center with all types of different people, Bridget. But there's always one snitch, you know what I'm saying? Yo, Cassie snitch upon the man. Yo, look at this chart, bro. This chart is shocking. So 2009 to 2011, Amber Rose, bro. Now, Amber Rose is a freaky ass Philly chick, bro. She had Kanye West. Like, her dating chart is crazy too. You don't think she was in some freak offs, doing some freaky stuff with Diddy? Imagine what she saw. She ain't saying nothing. She keeping her mouth shut. The Beebs. This is sad, bro. This is sad, bro. Not really, because he had parents. Like, what? I'm sure they, you know what I mean? Them sell out Timbatu, yo. Straight up. Drea Michelle. I don't know, bro. I don't see it. It's just me. I don't see it. I don't see it, bro. It's not really, even my boy, Jalen Green. I don't see it. I don't see why. It's never like what's his name? Chris Brown. Carucci over Drea all day, bro. Like, that's just me though. I'm sorry. Like, no offense. Rick Ross, these guys are diabolical, bro. Why would you do this, bro? Why would you do this? And then you have Cheek Mills, Rick Ross. Jeez, bro. You guys are, yo, these people are on some next tips, bro. Some freaky boys, bro. Because remember, Rick Ross and Diddy, they had like a whole mixtape together. You see what I'm saying? They had a lot of tracks together back in the day, bro. Like in the 2010s, 2011s, 2012s, 2013s, 2014s. A lot of tracks together. Kate Upton, Snow Bunny. Don't even really, never really, but you already know how the Snow Bunnies get down, bro. Like, you heard of Bonnie Blue? Go look up Bonnie Blue. Shania Sheikh. I don't even know who this is, but just looking at the face, bro, this looks like a freak off. Cassie knows who this is, bro. Like kind of looks like Cassie. Gina Huyen, 2014 to 2019. Again, this is all while he's dealing with Cassie. Make it make sense, bro. They're all in it together. You think she's the only one that he's texting, bro? Like, what did they see? Who else is in the room with them? Give me a break, bro. So I'm saying that this Cassie thing is kind of like PG compared to what else he's really doing. Who else he was doing too? You think it was they're in a monogamous relationship? Of course not. Gina Hunan, Jocelyn Chu, Lori Harvey, Steve Harvey's daughter, brother. Lad. His half daughter, stepdaughter, or whatever. Daphne Joy. She seems familiar. I don't know where or why, but I feel like I've seen her before. I've heard her name before. Puff got some good taste, though. I'm not gonna lie. These two are, yeah, stunners. Joey Chavez? Isn't that Future's baby moms? Future and Bow Wow? Miracle Watts. Dang. Okay. Dana Tran. Never heard of her. Young Miami. Oh, man. She seems like a freaky, man, freak off. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't even know what this. That's what I'm saying. Like, after a while, like, it just gets a little bit like, bro. Like, she gives me the little creeps a little bit, the Young Miami. Like, bro, who and what did you see, bro? Who and what did you see, bro? Like, what was really going on back there? You know what I'm saying? And last but not least, Shantaya J. Again, what did you see? What was happening in your freak offs? Like, you're just giving me Cassie's. And I think that's pretty PG. I think it got more explicit with other freakier girls. Although I don't know how it can get more explicit. I think it was just more of like a group thing. You know, they haven't really brought out the fact that Diddy's a fish. Like they haven't really brought that to the forefront as yet. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for them to have evidence of him being a fish because we already have the Meek Mills, we have the Justin Bieber, we have the Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? He partied with Prince Harry. We already know Prince Harry is a wild boy. Remember when Prince Harry was butt naked in Toronto? In the hotel, and they had him running around the hotel in Toronto, butt naked. No one remembers that. Yeah. Prince Harry is a wild boy. So, anyways, Diddy's a freak boss, man. We already know. I think we have a visitor. Fuji. Oh, Fuji's in the building. Let me bring you to the stage, my boy. Fuji, what's
Yo,
up, my boy?
how you been?
Good, man. We live, man. We talking about Diddy and we talking about Tory Lanez, bro. What
Free Tory,
thoughts? Free Tory?
free Tory. He ain't do it.
Thank you. Do you think Tory Lanez is being like not only framed, but do you think it's part of like something bigger?
Now I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is.
What
It's the
is
same thing they did to Chris Brown originally. He did something to one of their biggest artists at the time, and they was trying to make an example out of him. They tried to make an example out of Chris, and you see they defamated his character so bad. Till this day, this man has been talked about. They made movies about this man like he a monster. Him and Rihanna been on squash the beef, but everybody else still think he crazy. You know what I'm saying? He's the ravenous man that he is. He was a teenager who got his ass whooped by his girlfriend who decided to hit her back.
facts?
You know what I'm saying? It was a young nigga made a mistake. Cool. Tory Lanez didn't do shit. He was just fucking. He only thing he did was fuck too many bitches.
Did you see what happened with Chris Brown recently? I don't know if that's true or not, but apparently he
Chris
got arrested
Brown
in England or something.
is arrested for a 2013 assault on a man hitting a nigga in the head with a bottle.
They still
Allegedly, I don't know if it's true. I ain't looked it up.
They still coming for him to this day for what he did to Rihanna, their biggest artist. You're saying
The fact that he posted free Tory Lanez last night.
Oh,
24 like it probably now it's probably gone, but it was like yesterday. He posted that shit. Or
that's
like day
messed
before
up. So
yesterday.
whoever you align yourself with, they just try to like. If you align yourself on one side, okay, now they're gonna try and get you too.
What it is, bro? Now I ain't trying to be funny. They say it's Jay-Z them label, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Rock Nation, Rock
You know
Nation.
they
That's
the
what,
most
that's what the
they the
dad
most
was
evil
saying.
motherfuckers there is.
Yeah, they're they don't play
Rock
fair.
Nation and Diddy, they get together. It's a party.
Yeah. What was that shorty's name? I forget the snitch, the confidential informant. She was working for the cartel and all of that, and then she got out, and Trump pardoned her. I forget her name, but she's with Rock Nation. And that's why Dame Dash doesn't mess with Rock Nation, because once he heard that she was part of the crew, he's like, nah, I'm out. And now look, they're trying to get Dame Dash now. They're trying to get him out of here. He's up next. He might be 2026.
Nah, they get him this year.
You think he's this year? I could see that. I think they
It's
raided
gonna
his
come.
house or something like that.
It's gonna come out that he sexually assaulted some girl, bro. Watch.
That's your prediction? Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay, I can
always
see that.
it's
Yeah.
it's it's either sexual assault or pedophilia. But pedophilia is really hard to really like, you know what I'm saying? Be like, yeah, he got pedophilia. But sexual assault, a random girl will come out and be like, he whooped my ass and beat me. And then another girl will come out and say the same thing. Then another girl will come out. Now three of them, and that's all it takes for to get an indictment.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 1991. He such and such. Yeah, that's why they
Exactly.
got Tupac. That's why they got a bunch of them. Same nonsense.
Motherfucker gonna say something about they're gonna be like, oh, well, Aaliyah was underage. Then get Jay-Z too, because that was his old lady.
Yeah.
That's why him and Dame fell out over a young bitch, which is crazy.
Yeah, that was kind of strange. And someone asked me today, like, do you think that the plane crash had something to do? Like, that was some shaky stuff too, like the whole plane crash, because I think Beyonce just started busting like around that time, and Aaliyah was just kind of like there in the way. Who knows? Who knows? I don't want to tinfoil it too much, but I've heard that.
I don't think so. I feel like with her, that was legit a freak accident, just like with Left Eye. You know what I'm saying? The only reason she died is because she decided she wanted to drive that day, and somebody else was on the wrong side of the road. That's it. That's the only reason she passed. It like she wasn't drunk, she wasn't fucked up. Motherfucker, somebody else fucked up, and she was just decided to do something.
Right.
And then look, boom. Earlier, I said, and it made sense. Cassie was calling them hoes up, bro.
He was calling these girls up in the picture?
Cassie, bro. There's no way Cassie wasn't calling other bitches and other freaky hoes because, bro, today in court, I swear, bro, the girls she had to say what she was saying, bro. She said some freaky, bro. She dead ass said, uh, she used another man's fluids
Yes.
in a pile, and they was in a tub of baby oil. Used another man's fluids, went into the room and used those fluids to get fluids from P. Diddy. That is disgusting.
Yeah, that's nasty, bro. That's some freaky. That's some next level freak boss thing, bro. And rub
That's
it
a
on his nipples.
freaky fraud. I will say this. Look, I'm gonna say what Boosie said. I will quote Boosie right here. That's a freako. He's on a federal indictment by himself. He's a freako. That is a freaky ass Rico.
But I don't know how they're gonna like prove that next part. It's gonna be, I guess, technically in the eyes of the law, it might be easy to convict him on it. They're just gonna use the littlest, stupidest thing to say, okay, well, he transported this person across lines, and okay, well, therefore, yeah, this proves that count, But bro, until they start coming out with some crazier stories on him, bro, he's gonna be like the new R. Kelly, bro.
Because
He's gonna be just in there, The
no,
new
no,
R.
no,
Kelly, the new
to be
Bill
100,
Cosby.
explain this to me. So if I throw a party, an adult party, and I charge to get in that bitch, is that trafficking?
No.
Okay. So if I'm charging y'all to get in that bitch, and then I bring an adult actress who is willing to do this, is that trafficking?
No.
But what if she lived in Minnesota and I had to fly her out?
To me, no.
So you know. But in the eyes of the law,
Technically,
they
that's
probably
what I'm
not.
saying. They can get him on a technicality, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be R. Kelly Part 3, bro.
Well, you know what? Technically, he filmed it, so it wasn't prostitution.
Yeah, that
If
that too.
if
The
if
filming
his
is
lawyer
something
owned
too.
that, if his lawyer's smart, he can get off with that.
Yeah, he has like what, 6 or
He's
7 lawyers?
he he's going to prison regardless. It's
Yeah,
just how
because of
much
the
time
video.
he can
Yeah,
get knocked off at this point.
yeah.
Because he's going for the assault and rape charges. He's definitely getting those. He put drugs in them, in the drugs inside the baby oil solidified that he was drugging people.
Wait, what? Like, how they gonna prove that?
He infused those baby oil bottles with other drugs, bro.
What?
They
I
tested the
forgot
baby
about
oil. This,
that. Yeah, I
yeah,
forgot about that. That's this guy's just he's just a freak boss, bro.
that nigga had. I told my homeboy the other day. It's called the ultimate. It's the ultimate honey pack, bro.
The ultimate honey pack.
That Diddy juice. That should have had your ass fucking for 6 years
No, bro.
and
I
catch a
think, bro.
RICO charge.
I don't know. I don't know how these people, all these people, and all these pictures, and all these 30 years of people, nobody's came out and said nothing, bro. Not even to defend the man. Say, yo,
Well,
free, bro.
the no, the thing is, they can't come out to defend him because they'll look bad in the media because he's the bad guy right now. So
Yeah,
that's
and
an
that's
instant
sad.
no go.
And
You know what
that's
I'm
sad.
saying?
It's
And
like,
then the another reason they didn't come out back then is he's getting hit with blackmail also.
oh yeah, a lot of that.
You know what I'm saying? He probably got a video of his dick in fucking Rick Ross' mouth at one point, bro. Niggas is not trying to let that shit come out.
Yo,
You already, bro. We heard the Meek video, bro. You heard how bad that
that's
was, bro.
that's just crazy, bro. That just ruined my day when I heard that, bro.
Bro,
But
he
like,
he
how
hit
do
it,
you know? Like, how do you know that's really him, bro?
bro. The
This is the
security guard said it,
bodyguard.
bro. There's no reason for him to lie.
Okay, but
You got
remember, Mayu came out too and was talking crazy. What's his name? The other bodyguard there. He's been talking crazy
exactly.
for years, bro.
He
For
was
about
letting
Puffy
niggas
for
know.
years, bro. He's been talking crazy about Puff. Gene Deal. Gene Deal, I haven't heard nothing from Gene Deal since, bro. Since this guy's got indicted. And Gene Deal never leaked no videos. He just talks. It just makes you think, bro. It just makes you think sometimes. Like, why now?
Wait, cause wasn't there some like black lady? She dead ass like came out with an interview.
Yeah.
Like
Jaguar Wright. Jaguar Wright. What happened to
yeah,
her?
she came out
Jaguar
talking
Wright,
about
Gene Deal. They just
everybody.
went quiet, bro. Where are they? They should be like happy, the happiest campers right now. They're not nowhere to be found, bro. Where is Jaguar Wright and where is Gene Deal? Haven't heard from them since, bro.
Well, you know what? They probably, you know what it is. Since this trial ain't like public, I kind of hate it, but I understand why. Cause they probably showing them videos in that courtroom or something. But they can't do that, bro. Them kids in there, they can't be showing that shit.
Yeah, no, I don't think. I think with the legal proceedings, bro, they had to have already disclosed what they can and can't show already. Like they already, they I don't think they're showing videos. I think they're just doing the text messages right now because all those people covering it would have came out and said, "Oh yeah, well they showed this video today and it showed this and it showed that."
Yeah, they would have been
They're not
dropping
even
that.
showing videos. They're just showing text messages. That's what I'm saying. This is just very PG right now. This man's been like he's been slanging it for the last 30 years, and all they can really come out and say is that he like the man milk on his chest, bro. This guy, I'm sure he's done way crazier stuff than that,
Bro,
bro.
I feel like the only charges he really gonna get is probably blackmail. Uh, he can't get that assault charge from Cassie because he paid her off for that shit.
Yeah.
So he had to get his assault charges will have to come from the other people.
Yeah. I think if he did something to Kim Porter, I think then he's like, if they can
No, he's
prove,
done.
I don't know if they can prove that though. I don't think that's even like on the mind of anybody at this point. Like, I don't even think like they're not even gonna bring that up. Biggie, they said, remember he has something to do with Biggie. I haven't heard no one even talk about that.
Oh yeah,
Bro, this guy's hands have been in a lot of stuff, bro, over the last X amount of
they
years. A
they
lot of
said they said the nigga that killed Tupac walked into the police station and said he did it one day, and they didn't believe him.
KFD.
They
You
say
talking
that
about
happened a lot.
KFD?
That nigga that killed Tupac.
Yeah.
What?
That's
Nah, I'm talking
that's
about the
that's
real
what
nigga
he
that killed Tupac.
that's who they're saying did it. He came out last year and there's like a big press conference and all that. And
Last
like
year, I
news
swear I seen
news
this shit.
report.
Hey, bro, I got a question. Please be 100% honest with me. Did the Pope just die?
No, he died like a couple weeks ago.
No. No. He died a couple years ago, bro.
Oh yeah, I've heard that before. Even my family was saying that. They're saying he died years like a while back, and they just chose that day to actually
Yeah, bro,
and like.
because it makes no sense. I promise you that man died at least a year ago, bro. At least.
But why? Why is every? I haven't even dove deep into why. Like, why are they even like? Why? Why not just announce it right away? Why wait for that day and that time?
Hey, when what do y'all call y'all places in Canada? Like we have
Like
states.
provinces.
One of y'all provinces is gonna become the 51st state, man.
Alberta.
Yup. And
I
they finna
mean,
give us that little oil they got. You
I
know we
mean, I
finna
can
hit off
see
that.
it.
We gonna
Albertans do think they're American. Like they do carry themselves with that kind of energy. Like they're
you gonna
more.
you gonna become Albertan? You know they going for
I
their
might
own
have to.
independence.
If it's the 51st state, I am packing my bags. I'm leaving, bro.
No,
I
no.
have
So
to.
what I think they're gonna do is because I seen they were trying to get their independence. So I
Yeah.
think they're gonna be their own thing, like their own little province, just like how Washington D.C. is. But we're gonna, I think America's gonna sign a treaty with them. We're gonna be able to go over there and fuck off and shit.
I mean, hey, if that happens, I'm there, bro. I'm sorry to say I'm there. Just for the simple fact that Matt, we're gonna get that USD. That sweet, sweet USD, bro.
That
Give me
USD
that
hit the difference.
USD.
Hit the difference.
You know what I'm saying? That stretches, bro. That
Bro, I'm
stretches.
so
I'll be there.
upset with
I'm
you
here
right
for
now.
it. I don't care what anybody says and think, bro. Elbows up and all this foolishness, bro. Yo, give me the 51st state, bro. I'll take it. Let's go. Let's annex everything, open up the borders, and let's go, bro. Honestly.
Make the
That's,
whole make all of Canada just one state.
yeah, just make it. Well, again, it'll just be states like the state of Ontario, or maybe Ontario joins with like Michigan or something like that, and it's like a mega state. You
Nah, nah,
know,
nah, 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 nah. I think what it'll
you don't want
be
Michigan.
is everything will be the same, and all will be a. I feel like the Canada itself. Because how big is Canada? How long it take you to get from one end to the other?
Bro, what, driving or flying?
Driving,
Driving, bro. From
flying.
one
What 4 hours?
end, bro, it's closer. It's closer for me to drive from here where I live to Atlanta than for me to drive from here where I'm at to like Nova Scotia, which is like one of our maritime provinces. Bro, it's huge. That's 16 hours from here to there. And that's not even the most eastern tip. The most eastern tip is what? PEI? Bro, it's huge. It's massive, bro. I would say at least maybe a day and a half to 2 days to get across. No, maybe 2 days to get across the whole thing. Maybe 3 days to
Three
drive from tip to
days.
tip. It's huge, bro. It's massive. It's massive, bro. And remember
Oh yeah, because then.
the top touches the Arctic. The top's in the Arctic, bro. You know
But
what I'm
nobody
saying?
do people live up there?
Nah, people, yeah, some like the prime minister right now is from that area, bro. He was born in Northwest Territories, bro. Straight out of a a igloo. It seemed like, or a machine. Like how no one even lives up there, bro. How is the prime minister from up there? Like
Motherfuckers
something's not
from the
adding
Y,
up.
what from Mount Logan and shit. YT.
Yeah, no, that's YT. He's from NXT. No, NWT. Sorry.
Where's
That's you. You're talking about
NWT?
Yukon territories. That's YT. He's from NWT. That's right next to it. Like Fort Smith or something like that. Like some crazy, like, bro. Give us. I'd rather take Trumpito, bro. At least we know where he actually comes from. Like he's from New York, bro. I rather. What are we doing? Let him be a governor of Canada and let everybody else just run their provinces and let's go. We'll have so many natural resources, bro. Like we'll be able to compete with China, the EU, everything. It'll be sick. I'll go work in.
We just need to be America.
Why? Why is it gotta be called America? Why can't it be like a neutral name, bro? Like why?
Because the continent is America, dummy.
What, North America? But it's not gonna be called North America.
No, it's just called America.
No. It's
America,
biased.
North America.
See, that's the thing. That's why it's not gonna work, bro. Because y'all gonna be want to like put some American stamp on it. Like, even though we have more natural resources, we
Bro,
got
that red, white, and blue gonna fly. You shit me. You got me fucked up. That red, white, and blue gonna fly. Your passport gonna be my color. You want that USD, don't you?
Yeah, that's funny still.
If you want that USD, you gotta come with me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Trump gonna lead you right if you need to. If that's what you want.
Yeah, that's funny.
Hey, you might not know this. So you know he been kicking a lot of immigrants out of America and shit, right?
Yeah, I seen that. I've been hearing about it a little bit.
Yeah, we finna get some South African white ones.
Oh, okay. Well, cause like the Elon Musk,
Yeah, like
he's
Elon
South
Musk folks.
African. Yeah.
Because the damn
Oh, you're talking about the okay, yeah. I think I know you're going with this.
but no,
The
I don't
whites
give
though,
a
not the
damn. I don't give
blacks.
a damn they coming. They ain't got shit to do with me. I heard they getting all the farmland from some crazy shit. But you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That I don't know. But what I can say, the fucking prime minister, captain, whatever they got over there in South Africa, is
Yeah.
funny as hell.
Yeah.
He said on the news, "Oh no, I guarantee we are not going to have any genocide of white people today."
Right.
And I was like, "Oh my god," he snapped. Like he waited, had a pause, and was like, "Today." I was like, "Ooh, shit."
Right.
Or he's like, "Anytime soon." I was like, "Oh my god." He was like, "If we got to, we'll take it there." Wow.
I think I don't know. I feel like there's so much going on down there. It's like it's a lot. It's gonna take like some time to understand what's going on down there. I heard it's a lot. Like they
I'm
got
not
like
gonna
a
lie.
lot of
I
crime. Like
feel
their
like,
crime is high, like certain parts of America, bro. Like some crazy high crime rates, bro.
yeah,
Murders, like robberies, and like then they got the thing with the whites. Then they got the leader, that guy. He's like a whole thing in himself. Like he's a whole character in himself. Then they got beef with other smaller African countries, like neighboring countries, like Los Sueto I can't remember the name. Los Sueto is like a province within South Africa, like its own independent country, like within South Africa.
that's
Bro,
how
I heard it's
what's it called
a
trying to
lot,
be.
a whole lot of stuff going on down there. A lot.
I ain't gonna lie. You trying to go over there and take over?
Man, down there.
Then I go over there with some USD. I might change the world.
If I go down there, I gotta go down there with like an intention of planting some type of roots. Like I gotta buy like a house. They have those modern contemporary houses down there, like houses that look
I'm
like
gonna take all the white people houses.
yeah, they got some sick houses, bro. Like houses built into the land, like some crazy houses with rocks growing out the middle and
And they'll be
crazy,
cool with us.
crazy,
They'll be
crazy.
cool with us coming over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. We got money. They know what time it is.
And you know what I'm saying? We the color they want
Oh yeah.
at this time.
So okay, let me ask you this, yo. Okay, hold on a second.
Mm-mm.
So all right, so wait a second. What about because I'm about to wrap this up, bro. Scott, what time is it? 2? Yeah, bro. I'm about to wrap this up just now. So what are your final thoughts, bro? Fuji, talk to them. What are your final thoughts about the whole first talk about Puffy. Like what's your prediction? What's up next for Puffy? And then
Man,
give me something for Tory Lanez as well, too. Pause.
so okay with Tory, we need to make sure he needs to get out of prison. He needs to get pardoned. There's actually a petition out right now. You can go online and sign to pardon him.
Yeah, I signed it. Did you sign it?
No, because I was watching the video and I was in class,
Okay.
so I couldn't like actively hear the dude. I'm reading comments and nobody posted what the link was. That pissed me off.
Right.
But but I'm gonna go back and I need to go back and watch the whole thing, figure out which party said it on. But it's like 2 hours long. You got the
Okay. It was
website
that
already?
long.
Yeah.
No,
No.
I didn't.
So
I didn't watch it. I just saw bits and pieces of it. I didn't watch it though.
oh no, I sat. I came home and I like picked up where I left off in class, and I sat and watched all of it.
Right.
And like he talked, and like a white woman talked, and then some other dude talked, and come to find out, the security guard finally told the truth. And anybody who know anything about guns, if you get shot with 9mm in your foot, your toe should be missing if you get a direct shot. So that means that bitch ricocheted off the ground and hit her in her little foot because there was no bullet recovered,
Right.
which means that fuck nigga probably picked that bitch up. And Tory was the only one to get DNA, and he was the only one who DNA was not on that gun.
Right.
Free Tory Lanez.
Free Tory Lanez, right?
That man
And
got
this,
stabbed up. Attempted
yeah, by this guy.
assassination. That's not.
Yeah,
Oh, that's not a regular murder. That's an
exactly.
assassination.
Exactly. That's an assassination attempt, bro. Let's be real.
That nigga up there with
Who-
Trump right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Who paid? I want to know who paid him. Who paid him off to go do that to Tory Lanez, bro? Who? Who? They're gonna say, "Oh, gang war. Oh, he's Mexican. Tory Lanez is black, and he's trying to take over." I already heard them saying that. Whack 100 and all those guys trying to say that. Comments trying to say that. Oh, he's black. Oh, he's black, and he's trying to take over and use his money to influence people in the jail and da 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 da. That's why the Spanish guy stabbed him and all this type of stuff. I'm like, bruh. The same thing they said about Nipsey Hussle. Same thing about they're always like some type of false flag. Like they try to say, oh no, this is the real story. And you're just a conspiracy theorist. I'm like, bro, this dude sold his NFT in like what, a minute at $1 a pop, and he sold like 1 million copies, bro. Same thing with Nipsey Hussle. He sold his album for $100 a copy, and he sold like 10,000. He made 100 bands just like that, bro. Anytime these guys come around and start doing some type of things like that, they just always end up poof, gone, head chop off, gone, stab up, gone, shot, dead. That's my final thoughts about Tory Lanez, bro. And he's 32 years old, bro. And they're always so fascinated about these numbers. He turns 33 in July. So if something happens to him when he turns 33, bro, I don't know. I just wouldn't be super surprised. But that would just be too predictable. So I don't know. We'll see. The whole thing just doesn't make no sense, though. Like you're saying, he should be in protective custody. I don't even know why he's in general population. They had 6ix9ine in protective custody. They had top 5 in protective custody. They have all these guys in protective. Why is Tory Lanez in just the regular range with everybody else? Like he's nobody. Man, give me a break, bro. Free Tory, bro. Like you said, free Tory, bro. And what about Puff? Hello? Fuji? Fuji gone? All right, Fuji's out, bro. Fuji, respect for coming up. Oh, you got a call? All right, cool, bro. Fuji got a call. You already know the pre. And okay, last but not least, talking about Puff. Bro, Puff, I just want to know what really happened with everybody else, bro. Let's see your dating history from '09 to 22. And '09, you already passed your prime in '09, Puff peaked in the early 2000s, like 97 to like Biggie died 97 or 98, 97. Puff peaked from 97 to about '03 to like making the band. Bro, this is the new Puff. You got to put J-Lo in this. You got to put Mary J. Blige in this. You got to put Faith Evans in this. I want to know what happened in those freak offs, bro. Rick Ross, Fuji said Rick Ross is topping off Diddy. Where's that video? Yo, we want to know what's really going on, bro. If you're gonna go down for something like this, you might as well just spill the beans, bro, and just tell your truth and live in your truth, bro. If you're a fish, live in your truth as a fish, bro. That's all I'm saying about Diddy, bro. Straight up. So we'll see what happens. But all this stuff with Cassie and the false narratives once again, and the husband was looking at him weird in the courtroom, and oh my gosh, she's such a victim. She for sure is a victim, but so are all these other people. And when are they gonna come forward and tell their truth? That's what I want to hear. Let's hear about someone else. What has Young Miami seen? What has Amber Rose seen? What has Mary J. Blige seen? What has J Lo seen? Like, let's see what else has been. Like, give us something else, bro. Like, you're just on Cassie. Let Cassie enjoy her little $10 million in peace with her husband and her family, yo. You know what I'm saying? Move on. Like, who else? You know what I'm saying? And if he did something to Kim Porter, if he did something to Carl Winslow, bro, I have no more sympathy for Diddy, bro. I already don't, but I'll have no sympathy for Diddy, bro. Especially Carl Winslow, bro, because that's just preposterous. All right, so we're going to leave it at that. Done know the pre. Thank you very much for watching, people. Yo, subscribe to the channel. I'll come back live probably in a little while. Gonna make some more content, some travel content coming out as well too. If you have any questions about finance, hit me up on IG. You can follow me on TikTok, the same name, the Omari Wave. And thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you, Fuji, for jumping in. Respect to as well too, Just Being Jazzy podcast, Crafty Ideas and Chill Spot. I'm gonna sub to you as well too. Salute to CC and salute to Valiant Thor for coming true. You done know already. As Cartel would say, what is on the nose? I'm out.